Colm.
Ger.
Arthur.
What's crack?
Well. You know, I mean, we could apologise by saying none of us saw that coming. We were harbingers of doom. You were like, we'll beat Portugal, but we'll lose in heartbreaking fashion.
You know, but I felt good about it. I felt good. I texted a buddy after 10 seconds yesterday. I said, we haven't. They don't want it. And then the first 3 minutes were awful. It was awful. Like, I mean, look, it was the series of corners that shouldn't have been. Like, if Liam Scales used his right foot or does his left foot properly, there would have been another corner. And then the short corner routine. Was it offside or was it not? Oh no, look, Molumby's played a man. It was written in the stars for the last 10 years of Irish football. That we know how this is going to go. But it was the reaction of Ireland for that first goal. And there was something a bit different about it, you know.
What was different?
Self-belief, which has been sorely lacking.
Where did that come from?
Portugal.
Beating Portugal.
Yeah.
Where did the self-belief to beat Portugal come from?
That was my point last week, that we always have this in us against the big sides. Always. No matter what version of Ireland you get. We saw it against the French and the Dutch under Stephen Kenny, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Towards the end of Stephen Kenny. That they might beat us, but they won't hammer us.
Well,
a lot of times. Now, there have been hammerings out there against big nations, but in previous years, in recent times,
I don't know.
we have proven that.
I was at that game in Paris where they just controlled us. They just beat us.
Do you more something in the home game?
My point is that we would not get beaten, but we wouldn't play well. Whereas actually we played well against Portugal.
The playing well throughout the game was new. That felt new on Thursday. You know, so to talk about the good moments of the last decade, you had Shane Long's goal against Germany. You had Robbie Brady's header against Italy. Okay? They're probably the two, aren't they? So there you're reading in the year's moments, and I mean moments in the game where we were probably under pressure for most of it. Portugal on Thursday was a good performance throughout the match. I think Portugal had 7 passes for every one of ours. But we still look quite good. Over the top, we were killing them, over the top. And I think it's fair to say yesterday's game against Hungary was two fairly evenly matched sides. Like, they could have made it 3-1.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And then at the end of the game, we battered them.
It was a weird one from them. Every time they seemed to go into a position of power, they didn't seem to quite know what to do. Like, they could have kept going. Like, let's be honest about it. Like, on the base of play, I don't know what the exact chances and everything were afterwards, but they definitely had a lot better chances than we did. And to be fair to Kelleher, she did a great game again. But it was weird from them. They just didn't know what to do. They kept going into these positions like, oh well, that's where it was like, especially at 2-1, where it kind of seemed like just Ireland aren't going to score twice, and they seemed to feel that way. Which, well, it worked well for us. It worked well in the end, but I don't know where it came from. It makes no sense. Absolutely no sense.
It's unbelievable, right? That match yesterday, that ending, had no right belonging on a wet and miserable Sunday afternoon of a shocking weather of weekend, or a weekend of weather, I should say. In November, right? There's nothing happening for people, nothing. But that performance was like summer loving, the middle of the summer. That, you know what? The game felt like a tournament game. It felt like an actual World Cup match. Just even the camera angle, the atmosphere, the noise of it, right?
That's a great point.
Incredible stadium, incredible fans.
Unbelievable. Like, everything about it was big time. Everything, right? And it's happened. We're in no man's land here, Ger. The last bank holiday of the year is gone. We're weeks away from Christmas. This is a terrible time of year for a lot of people, right? Exams in school. It's always busy and work. KPIs still need to be hit. Q4's up and running. Deliveries need to be made. That was just out of the blue. The country came together. And if you stood in any major city street in the country or town centre when Troy Parrott gets his hat-trick and gets the win for Ireland, you would have heard it around the country. You've heard people scream. Yeah. And in 2025, that just doesn't happen. No.
2 doors down from my folks, it was reported that an entire family rushed out onto the street screaming. I'm like, I don't think that there's anything else in Irish life. Is there anything else in Irish life that gets everybody as excited as this?
No, not football.
Like, I spent all of last night just watching people celebrate.
You did?
Yeah, no, football.
Just like flick. And for once, the algorithm was perfect. I watched 2 of those videos and then suddenly it served me about 8 of them. And I couldn't get enough of it.
No. And friend of the show, Rory Larmer, texted me last night, is this bigger than Rory at the Masters?
Do you want to come over and sit over here, Colm? Because I think it might be your mic that's causing the trouble.
Okay. I'll be over to you now.
Come and snuggle up here.
I'll move there.
But
get my charger.
Oh God.
You talk away.
No, you can have my charger. Look, don't worry about it.
I'll go around this side. So
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'll just go this.
Yeah.
But no, nothing does it like football.
Thanks, buddy.
Nothing ever hits like football.
I actually think because of the manner of the way this happened as well. Like you were saying that Robbie Brady's goal and Shane Long's goal, but the fact that they happened in the way they did in the matches they did, this like
Bert and Ernie there.
We're dead. We were dead. We were dead in the game. We were dead in the tournament. I thought
coming into it, but it did feel like, especially when Johnny Kenny's chance, which I wish, just from a personal point of view, had been the one. That would have been amazing. But
good angle for a winner too.
But he did everything right.
Good.
But it's it was afterwards. It was kind of surreal. It was kind of surreal if that was it as well. It was like, oh, it's done. Like, I know they still had a little bit of a thing afterwards, but it was like, it was just. It just felt like the kind of thing that happens to other teams.
Yeah, it was essentially a walk-off.
It was unbelievable.
Homer, which you don't really get.
No.
Do I need to say my November bit again now?
It was good. Do you want to wait and you can do it again at 8:20 when the lads arrive in, and then we'll be able to clip it with good sound.
So was I gone there completely?
No,
All right,
yeah, they heard you.
Colin forgot his school books and needs to sit with the teacher.
Oh man, that's a great shout. Very true.
Yeah, I don't know. It was the most, because I not resigned going into it, but like especially after they scored, it was kind of like, it was just so hard to imagine by what nature it would happen.
Yeah,
when they scored early and like Soboslai was marching around the place like whatever.
Like, what an amazing player.
Man,
this guy's just unbelievable.
It was a joke. It was a joke to him that game in the second half. What he was doing, he did a little Gaza flick in centre mid over Troy Parrott. Then on the left wing, he skins Darragh O'Shea and Parrott again. And he's not even doing that for Liverpool. Like, this guy's just doing whatever he wanted on the pitch last night. And then he had an all-time post-match interview, didn't he? Soboslai.
Will we roll Soboslai now? Can we do these slightly out of sequence? We will, yeah. So I'll just I'll get the translation. I presume you've all seen the Soboslai on Twitter. In fairness to him, he fronted up, right? But did he actually?
Yeah,
he appeared. He was physically there,
contractually obliged.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have it just yet. What do we have? You roll us there, Roisin, whenever you're ready. Soboslai. There was footage of him doing the celebration, and then did you see him doing the five fingers?
Yeah.
That was to one of his teammates. It wasn't to us.
Yeah,
that was the thing. He wasn't goading us.
No.
He was like winding up his teammates, and then. We got some fans in the Puskas Arena. This is underneath. Yeah. This is the bowels of the stadium.
That's goosebumps.
The away fans are great. They've been to a lot of. They've been to a lot of desolation.
Look how big this morning is. The tech boys are down to watch the shot.
It's a serious. It's a serious endeavour as well. Like, just getting on back the cost of it, everything, and it's just, you feel so good for those people, because it must be just the most amazing payoff.
And what a great kickoff time. In the end.
Oh yeah. For them.
Sorry.
What a shit kickoff time this is, and they're like, what an amazing kickoff time. We've got the whole evening to celebrate.
Oh, it was good if it was a Saturday. If you have young kids, it's the worst possible time that a game could kick off. Energy is peaking mid-afternoon, so there was a lot to deal with. A bit like the match itself.
Let's take them down for a nap.
Nothing happening there. Do you know when Varga gets the second goal? That's part two of we've seen this before. So I thought they could go on there and win 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And they did have that chance. But it's just the football that we played, not in the sense of creating anything, because I thought we were actually quite poor after we got the penalty and then they scored the second. There's about a half an hour there where we're not doing very much. I think Finnazaz, right? Finnazaz was absolutely horrendous, but had 5 unbelievable passes.
Yeah.
You couldn't take him off.
No, you couldn't.
Because he had this decisive pass in him. Like, so for Parrott's second goal, that's a beautiful ball over the top.
So
he has one of the first half to Benny on the break, and the ball comes back to him, and Azaz slips.
And the O'Brien one.
He did slip, yeah.
The Jake O'Brien, so that's 3 minutes into injury time in the first half, and that's Jake O'Brien's last involvement in the game. I thought the subs were very good, actually. I thought what he did, I thought the system was very good in the second half. We have Soboslai ready, do we? We play with it.
There, Roisin.
Dominik, köszönjük szépen, hogy a rendelkezésünkre állsz. Tudom, hogy iszonyatosan nehéz most ide a kamerák elé állni. Mennyire fáj most a szíved?
Nagyon.
Lehet egyáltalán most elemezni ezután a mérkőzés után, hogy jött vissza egyáltalán ez az írcsapat ebbe a mérkőzésbe? Egy dolgot még tudsz mondani, mert végig nagyon jó mentalitású magyar válogatottat láttunk a pályán, amely akart, küzdött, jól játszott, fantasztikus gólokat szerzett. Egyszerűen csak ilyen igazságtalan néha a futball, hogy látod?
Úgy néz ki, igen.
Köszönöm szépen.
Sorry, I'm not laughing. I'm not. How much does it hurt? Very. Any point analysing from a tactical standpoint? No. And then that very long question about is this just an example of how cruel football can be? Looks like it. Thanks. Oh, feed it to me.
They're the best interviews, though. They're the best ones.
I've questionable thing about playing that.
Feed it to me.
We'd be disgusted if
we would be disgusted.
If Hungarian.
Listen, they'd be playing it off the ball breakfast in Budapest. They'd have it. They'd have Seamus go. Be laughing at Seamus going right now in Budapest.
It's too serious to be able to enjoy.
Oh, it's like a man's dream.
It is his dream, but he'll get there eventually. Look,
maybe.
I know we're not laughing at it.
So
we're just
you just said hook it to my veins.
I know, but it's the whole point. I mean, why do we make Dominic Sabasai so sad? It was the win we got. It was unbelievable.
We had this incredible transcendent moment.
We
of
just
glory.
gave him his flowers about how great he was in the match. He's by far the best player in the pitch. So, yeah, I thought we were kind of done there after the Varga goal. In a way, I could see us being done. And then that second half display, it just kind of improved a bit. So I liked the way that he went Kenny, Parrott, Ida, and then he kept his ass. So he puts his ass centre mid with
I was surprised
Colin, wasn't it?
I was surprised he went Kenny because I thought that Mikey Johnson would have been more.
When he made that, I just felt like it was right. I was like, no, like we got to go out here fighting. It's like we were saying last week, like death is inevitable. Like it's up to you how you deal with it.
Yeah.
And we had goal scorers on the pitch. We needed 2 goals at that point.
Yeah. We also need to get them the ball.
Yeah, but we don't have such a prolific goal scorer outside of the pressure and Parrott that if you bring on Mikey Johnson's there to create. We had enough of those players on to whip the ball in already. Like Ryan Manning and like Finn Azaz.
Obviously it all worked out, but like in the end, if say it hadn't, you'd be like, oh, he's giving somebody a debut.
Well,
what a great, well planned, executed
so
raid on this qualifying campaign. This was
say
some lad wasn't in the squad.
Say Parrott toesies wide at the end. We're talking about a good performance, aren't we? We're talking about like they tried right at the end and there's no shame in it. But now we're in euphoria.
I was thinking about that actually, yeah. I was thinking about if you had missed, and it's like it would be a far different conversation. It's such a fine margin because you're trying to revisit. Because obviously, and I was reflecting on an awful lot of. You're trying to think of your own stuff that you've said.
Oh, wait, what are you doing that for?
No. Because I mean, like,
Ger has it here.
Yeah. And
I've been taking notes. Little black book.
Because it's just interesting. Because I know. You'd still have queries. Like I don't think you can just write off everything that's happened up to this point because this has happened.
So you're not giving him a contract just yet?
No, it's not that you're not giving him a contract. He's earned it to go on and take the playoffs.
Well, that's the deal.
There's no question about it. I'm not being that. I just think that it's like
the contract isn't for the playoffs. That's not the conversation.
Oh, it's just for the rest of the.
No. I think if we're talking about a contract, it's ought to go to the Euros.
Yeah, he's probably earned that now through the last two games. But
is this Paris? Now, I was thinking about because we were, where did the performance against? No one, I think, expected us to win the game 2-0 on Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm. No.
And was this flowering of a team that just decided, screw it? Was there a Tom Joad moment that Seamus Coleman leads the team? Let's go! And then they put that performance out there, but they back that up, right? Or is it the same thing? Is it? Did we actually learn over the course of the group what the shape of the team should be? Or
it's hard to say that when Parrott has just come in for the last 2 games. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not like it's been the thing of build up of a plan over thing. It has been a completely different team to the last, and maybe that's the trick.
There was the window where he was injured.
Not due to him. Yeah, sorry, he was just out. He was just missing. But that's my point in terms of like you wouldn't say this is a masterfully curated plan. It's been brilliant, and they had no right to win the Portugal game because the team was all over the shop with the players missing.
The shape of the team is probably like that's what it's going to be, and it has been that shape for the group, right?
But you wouldn't swap. Like Ferguson and Parrott are incredibly different players.
So maybe you can play them together. He did try that, and it was a 0-0 draw and a friendly at the start of the summer.
It's very interesting to think now what happens, Ferguson.
Well, Ferguson's on the bench and he's coming off the bench.
It's unbelievable.
We're not here yet in this conversation, are we? We're not. What's next?
Okay.
We got to talk about what happened.
Well, but just agree to it. Like it's for something. It's not like we're not there.
Can we get to Dublin Airport? This is one of my favourite celebrations here. It's like watch the guy at the back celebrating with his wheelie case.
Always be safe.
I can't let go of my wheelie case.
You can't leave it after.
It's so outrageous.
Yeah, that's
it's so outrageous. It's like it's over. And this all started on Thursday with Armenia having a similar chance at the very end of the game, not a million miles away, against Hungary. To equalise, which I think would have made us all feel like, oh, actually, there's something magical is happening here. And then he missed. He's just actually, Troy Parrott has a fairly similar total miss kick in the first half. Or the second half.
That was offside.
It was offside. Luckily enough, it'll be expunged from the record.
Ida was twice offside. Ida himself has a lovely composed finish when he's offside. But we were killing him over the top. Is this our new tactic? Like, I don't want to say it out loud for the playoff there in March, but like we're going to kill you on the counter over the top.
You can't be looking forward.
I can't help it at times, you know. But we're 15 minutes in and we're talking about what are we going to do with Evan Ferguson. We got to rev on what happened yesterday. Like as I say, look, given the time of year, you need a lift like this, and it was the ultimate.
It is just such an interesting shift. Everything about it, but he'd been our top scorer. He'd had 3 goals in 4 games. Troy Parrott comes in, he has 5 and 2.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And it's just such a complete. It is a fairly seismic change, and it's all of a sudden like.
Yeah, but it's an embarrassment of riches to the situation where we talk.
Won't go that far.
You're right. You're right. That's what I mean.
Two goal scorers in international football at the same time. We've never had it.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
we've never had John Aldridge went 30 games without scoring for Ireland when he was couldn't stop scoring wherever he played in world football. We've never had. So Robbie Keane came along, and maybe is David Connolly also?
Quinn and Keane, no?
Quinn scored 20 goals in 125 games.
Yeah, but it's just Robbie on his own, isn't it? Basically.
Yeah, exactly. And now we have 2 lads who, maybe they can play together, maybe they can't. I don't know. Either way, it's going to be.
No, it's good. It's good options.
I can't remember.
Kenny looked lively too.
Kenny was live. I can't remember now Thursday morning sentiment. But what did we think about Troy Parrott at that point? Like we thought, he's playing very well.
Matthews Greenstein was he's missed a lot of penalties, which was ringing in my ears when he's standing there when poor Seamus Coleman is being potentially predicted to be taking the penalty, and I'm like, I don't think that's going to happen. I think that's an option. But anyway,
I thought the wait was him trying to compose himself, but he was literally waiting for the ref to tell him to take it.
Yeah, which made me even more nervous. It's like, oh, thanks, Matthew.
Good indicator of the noise in there.
Great form. I don't think the referee blew the whistle though. It didn't look like he.
That's what Parrott said.
Well, come on, what are you waiting for? And it's like, you wait for you.
Yeah.
And then there's obviously everybody thinks theirs is the most important, but the Hungarians hate their goalkeeper, which I didn't realise.
All right.
His shot saving record is very low, and in the previous campaign, they're in contention for playoffs, and he literally kicks the ball out to the opposition striker who pings it past him. So I didn't know any of that. It would have given me some more confidence when Troy Parrott standing over the penalty. His second finish is unbelievable.
It's class because he has the distraction of Johnny Kenny across from him.
One, yeah.
Right, so he could give it to Kenny. I don't know if Kenny was ahead of the ball. Maybe he wasn't. But it's very easy to.
He gets to the net very quick.
It's very easy to square that one. But again, that's Azaz over the top.
Yeah,
and the touch by Parrott and the flick up.
Is Finn Azaz not a forward, but actually is he? Obviously, everybody's going to lose their minds as soon as I say, is he the new Gravenberg? Not as good, right? But is he somebody who everybody thinks is a forward player, but you play him deep in your team and actually?
Here there were times where he's 4 out of 10, and there were times where he's 8 out of 10, and it was the extremes of both.
But when he was asked to do a job in the first half, he was not very good. When he was asked to do a different job in the second half, he was much better.
The way I'd see it, so he played on the left in the first half, didn't he?
Yeah,
he was left side, right, and he was just getting caught. He was slowing the play down a bit, but then he had a brilliant through ball to Benny, which you talked about. When he put him centre mid, when he made all those changes, centre mid alongside Colin, I don't know if he saw that as a vote of confidence in himself, being like, I'm going to put you as one of my 2 centre mids to win this game for us. And he seemed to raise his game a little bit then.
Oh, he was much better.
Because he kept calling for the ball. Now, there were times where he was demanding the ball from the full back, but he would get it and he would just play it back to the full back, and we weren't going anywhere with it. But it was almost like he was trying to play himself into the game of being, I'm going to be one of the main men here to make this happen.
I think that's okay.
And by the end, I was so frustrated with him in the first half. By the end, I don't think you could take him off because of his decisive passing that he was doing. As I say, he had about 5 of them. It was a remarkable display of extremes.
I don't think he would have been in the team if Smallbone had been fit for 6 months and playing football. So look, it'll be interesting to see what happens next. Will we go Jason Molumby, right? Can we get... Yeah, so Molumby, Stephen Doyle was obviously out there for us. Lots of great stuff on our socials. You can get onto our Instas. Here is Jason Molumby.
Jason, can you put into words how you're feeling now?
Unbelievable, yeah. Just over the moon, can't believe it. It's just crazy, yeah. Just an unbelievable night, so we're delighted.
Must have been frustrating for you on Thursday night watching the victory, having not been available for selection that night.
I wouldn't say frustrated, I would say no, I was just cheering on the lads, hoping we could get a result to keep it alive tonight, and yeah, thankfully the boys were brilliant and just buzzing to come in tonight and get a win.
Get the negative stuff out of the way first, because Heimir Hallgrimsson was in his press conference there and he admitted that, look, Hungary were probably the better team across tonight. Did you feel that yourselves as players across I suppose that first maybe 70 to 80 minutes that you weren't at your best?
Yeah, I think so. I think the lads put in such a tough shift the other night. They're a tough game against Portugal at home. I think the energy, the quick turnaround that maybe played its part. I think we're just really disappointed with the goals conceded. I think from our point of view it was nothing. Obviously it's an unbelievable second strike, but I think myself can probably get tighter to the man edge of the box to try affect his strike and stuff. So yeah, there's always going to be negatives, but I hope there's not too many from you guys.
No.
Tonight. I think we've got to be positive for a little bit anyway.
Yeah, well, I wanted to ask you, you go in at half time, you're obviously kind of frustrated that you conceded those 2 goals, but there does seem to be a belief within the squad now. Do you think that's something that you maybe didn't have before?
Yeah, I think so. I think we definitely believed. There's positive at half time. Obviously we were disappointed with our performance and we knew we had to throw everything at it in the second half, and I think we did, like with the coaches after the substitutions they made. They were brave, we went for it. So yeah, I think we were positive at half time and we were trying to jeer each other forward and be positive with each other, yeah.
As a fellow midfielder, how impressed were you by Finn Azaz's little ball over the top for Troy Parrott?
I said to him after, I think he changed the game, to be fair, when he dropped back. Like I said, we went for it, went all out, so obviously take myself out, not as creative as Finn, and thankfully Finn puts an unbelievable pass, great timed run from Troy and a great weighted pass. So yeah, he definitely, like that, just switched momentum for us. So delighted.
And then Troy's timing of the run as well, it had to be bang on, didn't it?
Yeah, it was, and Troy's very good at that. He's excellent with his movement and his timing and stuff, so he deserves it.
So what's going through your mind when that ball goes over from Queeveen Keller, goes over the top, Nathan Collins is there to head it? Like, was there a feeling that the match was slipping away from you? Did you feel up until that winning goal?
No, 2-2. I think there was always going to be moments, like we watched the Armenia game against Hungary and we knew Hungary Armenia were piling on the pressure late on. They missed a big chance at the end, so I think we knew it was going to be like that. And obviously when you're protecting the results like they were, naturally you sort of sit off and go to defend your box, and yeah, I think it invited us on, and luckily we got the winner.
Yeah, hopefully this is a life-changing moment for the team. I suppose that's the question you're asking about, whether or not you think it is, right? And I guess it only will be if they qualify now.
I disagree with that, funnily enough. I think they'll take belief from it now regardless. They've shown they can do stuff when it's do or die. It's still the more mundane ones. It's the ones like where you have to go to Armenia and win, because it's kind of what you need to be able to do. If you do, like it's like we've got there by means that aren't necessarily replicable it's amazing what they've done, but it's not like you're not going into the next one going, it's like, well, if we lose to the 4th seed team, it's fine. We'll beat the top two on the last day. You just can't bank on that. But it's not a negative. I'm positive. It's amazing what they did. But it's just like, I'm still kind of, I don't think it eradicates all. That's kind of the 4 performances beforehand that were highly questionable.
The only problem is we have to wait till March.
Well, as I said,
the crack will be gone.
Save some. I think it's going to amp up.
And we got to. We just love it.
I don't think we've had as big a. When's the last time we had a proper big Irish football game? Like no, but like proper big, proper kind of like actually beyond the realms of
Denmark after Wales.
It's like that's like 6-7 years ago.
2017, I think. Was it 2017, 18?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's huge. But also not surprising when you look at it. I mean, sure, in that time we didn't have enough goals to have a goal of the year competition.
Yeah,
like it's been a forgettable few years. And there's a lot of people saying who have kids of a certain age that like all they can do is ask about the glory years. And so for a lot of people in those videos yesterday, it was young people celebrating.
Yeah,
it was like,
yeah.
That's what it's all like.
And it's
you'd forget about all this stuff, you know?
Like, you know, they'll put the season tickets on sale for Christmas. They'll sell out. It's like it's suddenly a massive shot in the arm for football in the country. And like, just going to briefly point this out. Watch the politicians stand and claim a little bit of credit, a little bit of osmosis glory from Belvo and Sheriff Street, and just watch a little bit of that now. As like, oh look, but remember that we had the lads from Belvedere on 18 months ago, when their pitches in Fairview Park were ruined by somebody doing donuts in the pitch, and in fairness, Gary Gannon was out straight away to call for support from Dublin City Council and from the government, and just keep an eye on that now over the next while. Gavin Riley's been doing the Lord's work on Twitter about the playoff. As it stands, we're going to be in pot 2, but that will change more than likely this evening. There is 2 games of specific relevance for us tonight. 4 teams currently in second place will be below Ireland in those updated rankings: Albania, Macedonia, Bosnia and Kosovo. No matter what results they get the week, none of these teams can overtake us in the FIFA rankings. Suddenly we're surging up. Back-to-back wins is what's going to do it. 2 games to keep an eye on tonight: Wales versus North Macedonia. A draw is enough for Wales to qualify. If Wales win, they get ahead of us in the rankings, pushes into pot 3. Austria versus Bosnia, also tomorrow night at 7:45. If Bosnia win, they win the group. Austria then come second and have a higher rank than Ireland. So Neil O'Riordan is also worth a follow on Twitter if you want to find out exactly what's happening.
The Thursday midday, that draw, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tremendously exciting. Do you know what I'd love to know? Where did people watch this game? Where did they watch it? Because one of our greats in the comments, Dermot Keenan, was on to me saying, wish he watched this in the pub. He was at home, went to the pub afterwards, you know. And there was that feeling. There was a lot of people questioning, will they work today?
Are you working today? What kind of a level of hangover was it? I didn't see any late night stuff from town last night. I see Robbie Keane leading There's Only One Troy Parrott song. We have a quick compilation of let's lean into this, lads. Go for it.
So the other thing as well, it was such an Irish goal to win it.
Yeah.
It was so Irish in its making. Like, you don't even see it that much these days. Like, goalkeeper long ball flicked on by Liam Scales and then just get in there just before the goalkeeper. Whereas the second goal was continental. Bit of composure, bit of class about it, you know. But there was just this Irish flick on header, very, very similar to Germany 2002 World Cup, which a lot of people pointed out at the time. But it was an instinctive feeling. I think Keith Tracy, who was outside ready to go, said the same thing yesterday when he watched that goal. Carol Leary there as instructed us, look at Troy Parrott's Wikipedia this morning, and if you do, you will be met with the following: Troy Daniel the White Pele Parrott on Wikipedia. And if you look at Dublin Airport's X page, it is now officially called the Troy Parrott International Airport. That didn't happen for Rory.
No, it didn't. It didn't. More dancing in the streets for this than there was for Rory winning the Grand Slam.
It's actually been an unbelievable year for Irish sport, isn't it?
Not a bad year. Yeah.
Unbelievable. You had Rory, you had the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
Cale O'Connor. This. It's kind of tough to pick the best, you know? Tough to pick the best.
The Robbie Keane thing was straight in your head, wasn't it?
Ah, yeah, definitely, 100%, yeah. You're lost for words.
No.
What's there to say? Like, what? How did you scream for the winner? Did you? What was? That was the first time I've screamed in years.
Equaliser.
In years, did you?
Oh,
I didn't. I for some reason didn't.
We're back in it.
No, I think I left out a little something for the equaliser, but for the winner, was guttural, involuntary.
So
nothing you could do.
Scared the child.
I scared whoever, you know, whoever was around. That's what I mean. If you stood out in the street and listened to that moment. My father told me the Italian 90 penalty shootout against Romania, but that was a Monday afternoon. And if you looked out in the street, there was not one person walking on the street. Nobody went back to work.
Yeah, in fairness, there was plenty of people walking around yesterday. But there was, like, I think this is, I don't know. You just hope, right? Because it did feel after the game in Paris that we'd turned some kind of corner. Now, in fairness, we did qualify for the next tournament, right? But that was like that team's moment gone, not qualifying for the World Cup in South Africa. So I just hope that they can roll this on, because going to America and having the squad of whatever it is, 24, 23, would be a transformative moment for the group, getting together and spending time. For the fans, a World Cup in America, we'd be good at getting tickets.
Yeah.
Carl here in the thing raises the point as well. It's a very strange thing to only have it 3 months out.
The playoffs?
Yeah. It's like, surely it's a logistics nightmare.
Well, I guess, will the draw already be made by then? So you'll know what group you're going into?
I wouldn't say so, because there'll probably be some. You can't, it depends. I don't know, maybe, but I don't think it's. I suppose the draw wouldn't be. Yeah, the draw doesn't. They're not really going to make the draw in April. So maybe there's something, but because it's minimal extra teams, isn't it? So maybe they'll have made the draw plus. Or maybe you do. But what are you doing? You're booking everything then anyway. I'd say so, and then it's just and/or. And then there must be a reason to spread this out. The draw's on December 5th, apparently, according to Tom. That's strange.
I think it's fine, isn't it? Like, it'll be UEFA qualifier A, UEFA qualifier B, C and D, because there's only 4 teams gone through, right? Yeah. Do you know what's so great about this is that, like, but it can't even be that. Yeah, we've had so many games where we're just in crisis. Do you know, that's all we do in the show. We just talk about how terrible Irish football is, and then you look at, say, like England there. Like, England won yesterday again. Right, they breezed it, but they just don't. They have nothing to cheer about. They just nothing to cheer about. Like, they just hammer teams all the time for 2 years. The big narrative is like, let's change the qualifying. Let's make it. No, do you know what the big talking point? Jude Bellingham didn't celebrate with his teammates yesterday, so Thomas Tuchel had to address that in the press conference. Subbed off, yeah, and he wasn't happy. So, but that's what England fans have to do, right? So they have obviously they want to change the rules. They're in a different league. They're a different league to us. They schooled Heimir Hallgrimsson first time out and all that. And they've got to finals and whatever, and they have those moments at tournaments. But they have to wait around for these, because for 2 years they're just stroll through the park like nobody's enjoying it. We have misery 90% of the time, but that 10% makes it all worthwhile. Carl says, this is the single greatest moment we've had in a generation. 1 down after 3 minutes, coming from behind twice to win, a hat-trick. You'd want to be on some pretty hard drugs to even imagine that. But the 96th minute winner with only 5 minutes of stoppage time, and the time wasting coming back to bite them in the hole. It was like, oh, thanks lads, you've given us an extra couple of minutes here to try and score this winner with your substitutions. That's what Hallgrimsson mentioned that afterwards. They did it to themselves, Radiohead style, Hungary. But you know, when Kelleher gets the ball, I think there's 20 seconds left
So it's just timed beautifully as well. Because
You know-
they have one more chance. They get the ball one more time.
You know the way Kelleher's penalty save didn't actually mean anything in the moment in the game because they end up winning the game. In retrospect, it means like we now that we qualified from that group. People will merge this in their minds as like, oh, that was that group where Kelleher did that thing. Somebody's saying he's our player of the tournament. I mean, he was astonishingly good at various stages.
He holds himself like he belongs, really.
Yeah.
That's what I would say about him.
I think that's
you
important.
You expect it now, you know. I mean, I'd only be highlighting Kelleher if it's something absolutely extraordinary by his standards now. That's how good Kelleher is. He just belongs there. And
Kelleher, Ogbene, and of course Parrott were outstanding. Heimir deserves credit this morning, says Dennis.
how about Parrott's reverse through ball to Ogbene when he does his hamstring?
He was pretty good, wasn't
The
he?
vision there and the placement of it, like he could have got to that. You know?
People indicate, I was like, oh, who will we link Troy Parrott with now? I don't know if you saw that bit. What would you do if you're Troy Parrott's agent? What would your recommendation be?
Exactly where you were.
I think David Snaith had a good piece on this over the weekend. It was from Post Portugal. It's already all planned out. I think he'll probably the general indication was you move to a slightly bigger European club, down back to England. Slightly
So,
bigger
who's that,
European
like?
club. I suppose probably you're into the Bundesliga or into
Ajax,
Yeah.
PSV?
No, I think probably leave Holland, but maybe you go to
One of the
Spain,
good Italian
France,
sides?
Spain, Italy, somewhere.
Who
But
in
definitely-
Spain would go?
I have no idea. I don't know who. Like,
Valencia?
I have no idea where Valencia are. Like that
Atletico
could
Madrid?
be- No, that's probably too high. But it's like
Not be.
I think it's a bit too high.
He's
but-
23.
Yeah, but I just think it's too. You're not going to play there. You're not. So that's. But
He doesn't
I'm just saying that they have a very careful. They
Who
have
has-
it all
sorry.
carefully planned. His team.
Oh, right.
So David Snaith was covering that it was that to that point that they're going to move this summer, and then I think the indication was by 2 years' time again in 28 when he's 25 or 6. You look to go back to the Premier League, back to that level. So it's very interesting. It's like because it's very hard to find a template for these things.
Yeah. Is there anything to be said to the fact that he's left the echo chamber of British football and he's been kind of let to do his own thing away? Because it's different for Evan Ferguson because he's with a massive club in Roma where the expectations are enormous. AZ Alkmaar have strong support too, but they're always going to be behind
Excelsior first, right?
Ajax, PSV Eindhoven, Feyenoord in
so-
national discussions.
I think the most important thing is the games. Playing games in your early 20s is the single most important thing you can do at whatever level. And so he didn't go to AZ straight away, go to Excelsior, find, okay, I'm actually going to be okay here, play those games at AZ. And could remember at the very start of the season, what was noticeable wasn't just that he was scoring goals, so he was scoring late goals. They were leaving him on till the very end. So he clearly worked on fitness and strength, and he wasn't getting subbed off with 10 minutes left to go, which a lot of strikers do. You know, you're just like, oh, fresh legs up front, stretch the defence.
Someone pointed out online yesterday that he was closing down the clearance from Hungary and the far left wing for Ireland. The ball finds set to Kelleher and he's timed the run perfectly to get back in. So that's stamina, that's vision as well, and that's composure to actually slow yourself down just enough so you get it past the keeper.
Sorry, did he score every type of goal?
Last night?
Well, over the
Or yesterday?
over the 5 goals. There's a header. Is there?
Yeah, someone
Is there a right foot finish?
Someone
Is there a
texted
left
me.
foot finish?
Someone texted me the breakdown. Goal one, poacher header. Goal 2, individual brilliance. Goal 3, penno. Goal 4, sensational composure. Goal 5, instinct.
He's pretty good. It's time to get excited. Did you see the Kevin Doyle celebration clip going around? Asked James Linsky. We did. Drops a C-bomb. And then somebody from RT just helpfully puts that up. Yeah. He's like, well, yeah. The Liverpool fans will be like, oh, you're not one of us, it turns out.
I have to say them using Put 'Em Under Pressure for their outro. This is spine tingling. I mean, that song would
move on.
That song would get me at the best of times. You want to move on?
Yeah.
Do you want your own song?
Make
now?
new memories. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you created.
Yeah.
I don't this discussion. I was like, rugby, is it? No,
it's funny. I did find it. Yeah, I found it kind of like, oh, okay, come on. But I don't know why.
But they don't have any other songs. What are they going to play?
I know.
It's either that or Zombie,
Killer, or whatever you want. Like.
I was at a wedding and the bride and groom came in to put him under pressure. Room lost its mind. So there was something more poignant about it last evening. So that was class too. It's just amazing. It just
Does it matter who we get now in the draw? Like, do we feel relatively confident against a team who are just as good as us because we have...
I think...
Obviously, it depends on who's fit. Festi booked and is banned, and somebody else.
Was that carry over?
Liam Scales is booked and banned.
Okay. Yeah, I imagine it would, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I would say whoever's left at this point in the draw is a flawed side.
Like us.
So I wouldn't be fearing anyone.
Yeah. No, I'm not fearing them, but do we feel...
It's tough. It's tough. If in the likelihood we have to win 2 games on the road, that's always going to be tough.
Yeah.
Now the only thing is, it doesn't really, like, a draw, penalties, it can go whatever way. So it kind of opens up a new thing. You don't necessarily have to win them in the standard sense, but it's not. That's tough.
Yeah, goes to extra time and penalties on the night as well, on the day. Now Italy away again, like to be a bit like the Portugal thing of like, yeah, go on, give it to us.
Evan Ferguson coming off the bench against them,
proving his point,
yeah.
right down the lens to Gasparini. Yeah, that's what we'll take anything.
Gasparini, he doesn't care, but like Heimir. Everybody back in the,
Well, it's interesting now, isn't it? What do we do?
We had the papers in; they've all disappeared.
They're down here.
Down
on
on
the
the
left.
floor.
Tidied them.
Do you want them?
It's very OCD of you, Colm. It's like, they're taking up your space.
I was cleaning the area. It's a bit of a mess.
Let's hear from Heimir. The moment.
I said before the game, I don't care when we score the winner. It's always more nice to score on the 90th minute. It's more difficult for Hungary than to equalise. And in the end they probably wasted time for themselves.
And just, you now have 2 playoffs to play, a semi-final and a final. What can these latest 2 results do for the team's confidence, and do they now believe that they can go to the World Cup next year, do you feel?
Yeah, we always have had the belief that this team can qualify, and we have everything, all the weapons to qualify. And this moment is special. We are in I would say this moment we're in a positive spiral, meaning the game against Portugal was probably the biggest game these players have played in the Ireland shirt. Then this game came up, Hungary away, the biggest game they have played in the Ireland shirt. Winning this one means that we play even a bigger game next. I don't know against whom or where. And if we win that one, there's even a bigger game after that. So we are in a moment where we can see more important games ahead of us. So with growth, we can always have a stronger challenge. And if we win that one, then we have a World Cup ahead of us. And these players will never have played in the Ireland shirt as big games as are in front of us. So we need to use this moment to understand what created this. We need to look back on everything and give thanks to the people that have supported these players along the journey, the people that have had belief in this team. We need to give them thanks, because on these moments you will have a lot of friends, but that's not the friends that will call you and pick you up and give you energy when you lose games.
Positively 4th Street, Bob Dylan. You got a lot of nerve to say you are my friend.
Positive spiral. That's an FU tone that he took there, I think, to everyone. It's like, y'all doubted me. I'm not going to get too excited now for ye. Was that the biggest night for everyone involved in the Republic of Ireland last night, with the exception of Heimir?
And Seamus.
What's the bigger night for Seamus?
Playing in the Euros. Like, for sure. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you get beaten in Italy. Yeah, 100%. It's like we're not, like, again, maybe you'd make the argument if it was a qualifier and we qualified, but like, yeah, no, I'd say so.
Just feels like in the moment, like they asked the captain himself, Nathan Collins, had never experienced anything like that. It's a first.
I think
literally said it's a first.
I think that because it's a 96-minute winner, like there's an electrification of the moment that I don't. It does feel like that Italian team. We looked at it. They were resting players. Let's not relitigate that. No, that was an amazing night. It was, but there's something different about this. Yeah, that is like. Yeah. Anyway, so it's up to Coleman will tell us when he's retired.
We're nitpicking, but like I do think like even like.
What's your point about that though?
That you forget how inexperienced this side is in terms of winning.
Yeah, totally, and
just generally speaking, just winning.
And all of them were capped too early and given 10 or 15 caps too young when they weren't able to do it, and now suddenly they've all, like mushrooms, come together. Like Dar O'Shea looked good, Collins looked good, Troy Parrott, all these lads I think have 10 or 15 more caps than they would have in an established football nation where you could ease them into the team. But it turns out it was worth it.
Is there a world where we qualify for the World Cup and we go deep, quarter-final, semi-final, okay? And then we can say, Jesus, Stephen Kenny, he was vindicated trying all those new players all those years ago.
Yeah.
This is all results driven, how you analyse this Irish team, because it went well last night and then suddenly you're saying Dar O'Shea's very good, Nathan Collins played well, geez, we look dangerous out wide, we've a few goal scoring options now.
Bit of strength
if you lose those two games, it's like, sure, we have nothing at the back, we have no centre mid, nothing out wide, we have no one to score as goals. Very reactive at the moment, but right now sitting here, I think the one thing you can say is that we're not a great side, but we were also underperforming.
Did you see?
So now it's a little bit better.
Did you see the tweet about Sammy Smodic watching from the physio's table, getting
was it Matthew Brennan put it up?
Prep for Luton. Right. If you want to get in touch this morning, 0879 180 180 is the WhatsApp number. We'd love to hear from you.